So, just want to welcome you all back. Still Christina Jones' story, but I'm taking a new spin when I became, from wife to caregiver. So, in the first video, I shared about like how me and my husband met and how we were able to meet each other for the first time face to face in January of 2017. I talked about how we did our courting experience, and now I'm going to dive into the actual marriage. So January 2018, that's when we became married. That's when I became Mrs. Jones. So I was Christina Hollingsworth, and I transitioned into Christina Jones. The wedding, beautiful wedding, very beautiful wedding. Um, as far as the decor and some of the people who were on board, a lot of people was against it, and a lot of people was against it because you know him living in a different state and me relocating to live with him after the marriage. Um, him being older than I, like I said before, my husband is he's 14 years my senior. But I truly, truly do believe that what God has put together, let no man put asunder. I really believe that God brought us together in the way that He did. It seemed like things happened quickly, and I think that's because God had already knew that the things that would transpire and the urgency for us to be married in the way that we were. So the wedding was beautiful. Our colors were silver and cobalt blue. My husband and our son had these tuxedos. So yeah, let me kind of back up a little bit. My husband did have a son prior to us being married. Our son now, he's 18. He's considered a young man. An adult, an adult. But when I met him, he was 11, I believe. So, the men look great. My husband, he had a best girl, which is not really heard of, but instead of a best man, he had a best girl. And that was different. But Rena, she's great. She's great. And I can see why that's considered his best friend. So, you know, at the wedding ceremony, um, very beautiful, very beautiful, talking with the pastor and us exchanging vows. We both wrote our own vows to each other, which is beautiful. I wrote my vow to my husband, and I wrote a vow to our son as well. And then reception, everything was nice. Everything was nice. But the only things that I regret a bit is just not being able to get on the microphone at the reception to thank everyone for coming, just for their presence. I wasn't able to do that. And I think it's because everyone knew that I was leaving. So it's like everybody was bombarding me and like wanting to talk to me. And, a lot of people were crying because they were so sad that I was leaving. And I understand that. I definitely understand that. Some people talked about our reception food, and we had spaghetti. I asked my husband what did he want. He said spaghetti. So that's what we had. And at the time, my husband was vegetarian, borderline vegan, no soy, no dairy, no gluten. So we had to be mindful of his restrictions. But everybody told they were talking about the spaghetti, but they tore it up. They tore it up. So after our wedding, you know, we were able to go home, go back to my place because I had my own apartment. And I felt like, well, why don't you just come move here to Florida? I already have my own place. I mean, he was already settled in Chicago. So, I believe that the wife should follow her husband. Did I believe that at the time? No, I did not. Because I did not want to let go of everybody back in Florida. I didn't. But there's a reason and there's a purpose. So to kind of fast forward, you know, our goal and our plan for every honeymoon, not honeymoon, but every anniversary was to visit a different state. So for our first year anniversary, we decided that we wanted to go to Vegas, go to Nevada, which is Vegas, and found a really good deal, really cheap deal. I think it was like 70 something dollars a night, really beautiful hotel, very beautiful. And that was our first our first year anniversary and was like, yeah, we're gonna do this every single year, you know, just to have fun and just, we were newlyweds. It was the end of November of 2020 when we first noticed that something wasn't right. Something wasn't right. He wasn't feeling well. He started losing a lot of weight. He was on a medication called prednisone. Prednisone, for people that don't know, it's a steroid medication, and what it does is it helps to keep inflammation down in your body. However, he was on it for 2 years at a very high dose, and although he was able to function, with it, he started gaining a lot of weight. And see, y'all see from here, I'm a big girl. I'm a big girl myself. But like him, he's always been very slim, very active. So with that extra weight gain, it just really began to bother him. So he decided that he was going to get off of the prednisone to try something else. But not well to try something else, but for the moment, get off prednisone so that he wouldn't gain any more weight. I think he gained probably about 30 pounds, and that was a lot. That would be a lot for anybody. But when you're used to, being like 155, 160 most of your whole adult life, an extra 30 pounds or 20 pounds is just a lot to handle and a lot to carry.